Hello everyone and welcome back to Chronos Plays Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Today we are in trial. Go figure, right? Now, I've been trying to figure out exactly where the contradiction is, and I'm not exactly sure. There is kind of a contradiction, but I don't know if it is. Like, she says the chief prosecutor is holding a knife in her right hand. Okay, and we have a crime photo of the moment of the crime as photographed by what, Chronos? Photographed by Angel Star, not Angela. I'm off to a good start already with the reading. So if this is the exact moment, she's holding nothing. She's covered in blood. It's a photo that looks like it's after the crime had taken place. But I got nothing else, so try it. The music stopped, and you witnessed this. You saw Ms. Sky stab the victim with the knife. As I've already said, yes. Have some more lunch. I swear it on my finest salmon swirl lunch. Oh, is it like salmon paste? I don't know about that. I'm sure that's a fine lunch. But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. This is the photograph that you took at the very moment of the crime, is it not? Then why is Miss Sky not holding a knife? Ezra's like, shit, that is a good point. Lunch. Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Objection. Sorry, I actually wasn't expecting that. That had to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth. Yet it is still stronger than your ever-feeble mind, Mr. Wright. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken after the moment, after the stabbing. Objection! That's how you object! And how can you tell that? Probably the blood on the shirt, dog? Blood splatter. Huh. See the dark crimson stains on the chief prosecutor's coat? But it's a black and white photograph! Phoenix, I will suplex you. What are you talking about? Yes, it's hard to tell, but this could be blood. What are you talking about? That's clearly blood! Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here. No problem, except you. Mr. Wright, are you gonna just sit there and take that kind of abuse? You got a better idea? Objection? Wait. That contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely, that she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime. Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies. Dots? Dots? That's it? If you run out of lunch, your order seconds. Problem solved. Shut up about lunch. If you don't like it, try ordering a jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go. Good advice. I'm not sure I understood it, but good advice. Maya 2.0, shut up. I didn't have time to stop her. The prosecutor Sky was cold, calculating like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. Premeditated murder. Objection! Premeditated? How do you know? Look at the chief prosecutor's hands in that photograph. Well, are those gloves? Surgical gloves made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on? I don't know. Fashion statement? If it was not premeditated, she would not be wearing those gloves! Extreme close-up! Those gloves do seem to tell a tale premeditation. Premeditated murder, a serious offense. Witness, add this to your testimony. Also, get me more lunch. The murder was planned. The rubber gloves prove it. I mean, like press, I guess? What if she was just in the habit of wearing gloves? Like driving gloves? The gloves were admitted as evidence when the defendant was arrested. Why haven't I seen this evidence? They were rubber gloves of the kind used for autopsies. In other words, when the chief prosecutor came to the crime scene, she came to do murder. It's the only possible conclusion one can make. Everything was planned. It was a premeditated crime. Ugh. Impressive. I'm sorry they took you off the force, Miss Starr. This is bad. Also, Judge! A little unbiased would be nice. She's got them thinking this was all planned. If she could prove this claim, the trial's already over. I've got to think of a way to show that this wasn't premeditated. It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. No, it was an actual murder wound. Oh, but you mean to me. We can make it! You said that before. Are you just a fan of Monty Python? Scientifically speaking, Mrs. Starr's testimony is flawless. Sounds pretty fatal to me. What do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty? I mean, probably. Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we? For some reason, having her panicking next to... Oh, we've already seen this. Don't smile, smile, oh, smile, I said don't smell like that. Like I shower daily, come on now. Okay. So we're actually back where we started? We do get one new statement. Because I'm assuming we're gonna have to present something on that. The murder was planned. How do we not prove that? Attorney badge? Probably not. No. I don't know. Well, this caught my eye for a second, but it actually kind of leads to it being planned. This is like, well, how did she know Edgeworth's toolbox had a knife in it? Then I'm like, oh shit, she might have done her homework and figured out it had a knife in it. You should just take the knife out of the toolbox. I don't know. I mean, I guess the counter argument to that would be that it was a crime of passion, maybe? That she didn't know Edgeworth had a knife, and when she found it, but she was using Edgeworth's car. But the autopsy report contradicts this. The parking stub a little bit, right? Died within an hour and a half before. So I guess that means it's still not really a contradiction, because an hour in between, within an hour and a half. So 5:15, I think they said he died at. I mean, as much as I don't know what to present, like, I don't know. That seems to help their defense, though, if I choose this. But we're also not arguing then if she... We are changing our argument that the fact that she didn't murder the guy in premeditation. It was a crime of passion. But everything seems to be like Edgeworth was being set up. Huh. There's really nothing else to present, though. Is there? There's the memo. That makes no goddamn sense. I mean, I think this caught my eye for the wrong reason, and I'm probably going to lose health here. But it's also, I feel like it's just giving the defense more, or not the defense, the prosecution more evidence to say it's premeditated. No prints were found on it. There's the gloves, traces of the victim blood. Yeah, no shit. In Edgeworth's toolbox. Seems to be trying to set Edgeworth up for murder, but got caught. Music stopped. Witness, do you know what this is? Are you trying to test me? I sell lunchboxes for a living, you know. Thus, I am the ultimate being of, like, all information. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk. Indeed, it is my knife. What's with this case? The bloody murder weapon, a red car, all belong to the prosecutor there. The defendant is the chief prosecutor for our district, right? Mommy, the prosecutor bad people? That was all just one guy. The defense has a request. We asked that the witness provide an accurate testimony. What's that, rookie? In your testimony, you stated that Lana Skye planned this murder, and that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. Then again, that lunch was laced with something. However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing, the murder weapon? Oh. This knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if I could call you that, if you're going to plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon. Take notes, serial killers. What? Order! Someone pick up those lunches! Great! Now the tide is turning in my favor. Great show, Mr. Wright. My sister's as good as free. You are overly optimistic. Right. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie. What? I don't eat pie for lunch. I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. Not over such a trifling detail. But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory. Bah! The prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there. Dots, or exclamation point. The defendant, Lana Skye, murdered a detective with a knife. That is the only thing the prosecution needs to prove. Nothing else. Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now? But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned! If it wasn't, why would she have been wearing... I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again. Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought. How dare you! My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated. Really now? This lunch lady's kind of up her own ass. Lana Skye intended to murder Detective Goodman. See? Here's the photograph that's not actually real. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again. Objection! Objection! The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it? No, we're past that! So, if I ordered a pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy? The judge is like, I'm just gonna ignore that. In any case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness. I mean, if you order the pizza and kill the delivery boy when he showed up, sure, that would probably be considered premeditation. I guess press, but I'm pretty sure that one where she was like, stabbed over and over again, I can just show the autopsy report. You said that, but you haven't told us how you know. That's what I'm about to tell you, rookie. I believe what she just said was a mere prelude to the story she was about to tell. Try not to interrupt her again. Shut up! Rookie. Never interrupt a storyteller. It's like pulling a bun out of the oven half-baked. That was a good movie. Something's half-baked here, alright, and it's you. Try not to confuse the defense witness. They're not very quick on their feet. Now, why did you believe the suspect had intentions to murder the victim? Their actions speak for themselves. I mean, I know I'm the one controlling Phoenix here, but he's right. You have no proof that Miss Skye called him there. You have no proof that she didn't. Mr. Edgeworth, thoughts? There are no records. There is no record of a call made on the defendant's Miss Lana Skye's phone. She might have written him a letter. Come on! You could have tried public phone first, at least. In any case, the victim came to the prosecutor's office where he was murdered. I'm sure he had a reason to be there. Witness, why do you think it was the suspect who summoned the victim that day? I'm sure the chief prosecutor held a grudge against the victim. kind of grudge? Like the movie? Well, I wouldn't know that. Of course you don't! It's because you didn't have a grudge, and also because you're a lunch lady. Ricky. I have a lunchbox here. Now, what's inside? I don't know, probably rice, judged by all the other boxes you've shown. How am I supposed to know? See, we agree there is a lunchbox here, but we don't know what's inside. A person's life is like a lunchbox with pretzels. Didn't you agree? No. My mama always told me life's like a box of chocolates. Not a lunchbox, though. Oh, I get it. That's why my lunch was so salty. Alright, Phoenix, get the gasoline. This judge isn't very good with metaphors. The suspect had a grudge against Detective Goodman. Will you tell us your basis for thinking this? It's simple. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in and again. So here I'm probably supposed to present, but we're gonna press. A human machine? That's a contradiction! Phoenix. Oh my god, Phoenix. Thank you, Edgeworth. Please. Can't you find fault with something of substance, Mr. Wright? Note to self, Mr. Edgeworth's eyes smell like citrus fruit. It's that strong you could smell it all the way over here? Huh. I guess I need to recommend Edgeworth some better toothpaste. You say again and again. How many times did she stab him exactly? We often say chop into 1,000 pieces, but we don't actually mean 1,000 pieces. What's difference does it make if the deed is done? How come she's getting mad at me? She hates you. Let's just say she stabbed him several times and leave it at that. Objection! Mr. Wright, you should speak up if you have an objection, you know. Stars turned out to be as short-tempered as she looked when we first met her. Challenging her abilities as a detective really set her off. Short wick burns out the fastest. It's a scientific fact. I wonder, wouldn't it depend on the size of the candle? I mean, add more wax and even a really short wick will burn longer. Hannah's like, holy shit, you're right. Obviously more scientific testing is required. Okay, so we gotta go all the way to the end. Again and again. Present! Yes, Autopsy! You say she stabbed him again and again. But you couldn't have witnessed that. Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. With my moss surprise! That sounds horrible. I'm afraid that moss is growing under your feet as we wait, Ms. Starr. What do you mean? I shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look in this book. The autopsy report states that death was due to a loss of blood from one stab wound. You're right! Good show, Mr. Edgeworth. Hey! Hey! Objection! What a hunk! He's my hero, really! What about my objection? No one noticed! I'm with you on this one, Phoenix. Well, witness. You got a crime scene set, right? Oh, thanks. I always believed that no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood. But now I realize that such mistakes are possible. So, you're saying you mistook something for blood? When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood on her breast. A splattered blood from her victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice. Then tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify! Her red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene looked. I can't go to the... Oh shit, I can't go to the profiles? What do you mean red muffler? She doesn't have a red muffler on. But press. Her red muffler. Yes, like a scarf. The chief prosecutor always wears one around her neck. So she can be easily hanged at the moment's notice, I suppose. She's right. Is she? Oh, okay. I completely, I guess, ignored that one. Miss Scott was wearing a red scarf, wasn't she? But wait, Isn't that odd that you mistook that for splattered blood? Dots? Well, people often mistake my beard. For what? Your beard for what? For a bib. Okay. Oh shit, I'm not picturing the Drudge without a beard. He just kind of looks like Mr. Clean in my head. Oh, but we just take the beard away and leave the mustache? Then he just looks like a serial killer. Anyways, a judge with a bib. That's why this place feels so much like a kindergarten sometimes. You know what? You're right. Actually, doesn't look like she's wearing a scarf in that picture there. I do think I saw some traces of blood on her chest. However, the autopsy report is clear on this matter. There was only one knife wound. Apparently, Miss Starr isn't entirely sure on her own testimony. Mr. Wright! This is our chance! Chance for what, I wonder? Miss Starr has turned out to be as short-tempered as she... Oh. Okay, so we're at the end again. So we're gonna have to present something at the muffler thing, yeah? Okay, present. Check. Yeah, she's not wearing a goddamn muffler! Slam! Miss Starr, I demand an explanation. The witness is clearly not suited for detective work. Oh, what? The suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. And you've proved it yourself with this photograph. Edgeworth, you're taking my stuff. Stop it. Huh? But that can't be. Only a professional lunch lady could be so utterly clueless. Wow, hey, that's rude to lunch ladies all around the world. Congratulations, perhaps you have finally found your true calling in life. Harsh words, but good. In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails. What was my Egyptian chopped liver? But it was there, a scarf. No, not that, but something red. Really? Well now, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business. What? Very well, witness, continue your testimony. Good lord, how much testimony does this woman have? You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that. Very well. I do remember something accurately, at least. Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of her testimony. The most important part? Are you a fucking mind reader? The part where your sister stabs the victim. This next testimony might just be the moment of truth. Apprehending the suspects. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. I quickly caught her and explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. Ah yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had confused me in my earlier testimony. The chief prosecutor made the escape, but against Angel Starr, resistance is futile. Apparently you're a Borg. You're quite determined about this scarf, aren't you? I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. But what? I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra? But that's the same thing. That's me, Angel Starr. Can we go back to that strike like a snake and bite like a cobra? That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, a cobra is kind of snake. Yeah. Don't bother me with details unless you want to get bitten. I almost went, yes, please. Note to self, Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bites. Hey, Emma, I hate to break the news to you, but I think most humans are weak to poisonous snake bites. I know there are some people with, like, weird... I don't want to say weird, but weird sort of, like, resistances and stuff like that. It's very, like, uncommon, but, like, 99.9% of human beings, if they're bitten by a poisonous anything... They're gonna have a hard time, depending on the strength of the poison. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hand aside, kicked over an oil drum. An oil drum? Hard to imagine. Oh, she's beautiful but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Roar! Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination, if you will. Apprehending the suspect. Yeah, I guess I'll press her all on this next time. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, press like below. If you're not subscribed yet, or any of my videos so I can check out some of the content, see if it's to your liking. Once again, thank you for watching. Hope you all have a great day.